I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Let's go. World No Dangerous Podcast. Vivo P's in the building. What's good? It was going bar for bar.
Shouts out to the fans, man.
Good.
Hundo up in this piece.
F to the R to the S to the H to the O to the U to the T. That fresh out.
What's up? What up? What up,
neighbors?
Oh, wake them up! Wake them up! Wake 'em.
Mama seasoning.
Oh man, it's straight mama season, man. What's
Oh,
good?
ain't
Fresh
no-
outs in the
Oh,
building. Thursday night was
Yeah.
good. We got Bebo P in the
cracking?
building. What's going down, man?
Hey, we are back to give y'all another bonus
Come
round
on,
of
man.
just vibes, energy, and just experiences that you're definitely going to hear tonight. But glad to be in the building with
Absolutely.
everybody
Come on,
here. J Camp, how you feeling, bro?
Man, feeling good. I'm glad the work week has wrapped up.
Okay.
I'm glad I get to talk my ish now.
Yes,
You know
yes,
what I'm
yes,
saying?
yes.
With some legends, you know what I'm saying? So
on,
y'all
man.
legendary.
Come
You brothers is legendary
Come on,
too.
come on.
But you know, we really get to chop it up today though. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
This is what we come for. Just
It
to
is.
chop it up.
That's right.
Let's be clear, man. If y'all don't know what's going on tonight, man, we got a guy in the building, man. But if y'all don't know him, y'all done heard him. Let's be clear. So
You definitely done heard him.
Oh,
y'all
yeah.
done heard him. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
yeah.
So let's be clear, man. Just want to run this real quick, man, for y'all, man. So y'all know what's going down. Come on. Come on, man.
Big A.
Y'all done heard all this stuff before, man. Y'all heard it, man. Come on,
Right.
man. Shout out Nord. Hey, man, if the
Come
dude that
on.
produced it, he touched it, man. Let's be clear, man.
Come
you know what
on,
I'm saying?
come
All day
on.
long.
Heavy hitters.
Heavy,
Heavy,
hitters, man. Multi-platinum joint.
heavy,
Come on, man. It don't just
heavy
stop with the hip-hop,
hitters.
man. Everywhere, all over Billboard.
You
man.
already
Let's
know
go,
what it
man.
is.
Come on.
Y'all know what it is?
I got to turn this down before Diddy get me, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Right.
Hey, man. If y'all don't know who's on here tonight, man, we got Nashiem Myrick in the building.
Salute. What's
In
good?
the building.
Hey,
What up,
Building
y'all?
tonight.
Hey, he
What's
probably got them
good?
racks on racks, but he got them plaques on
Plaques on plaques on
back.
plaques.
Plaques on
Let's
plaques
go.
on plaques on plaques.
It was the plaques on plaque.
If y'all don't
What's
understand,
good?
Queens is in the building tonight, man.
Yeah, Queens.
Come on, man. Super producer, hip hop all
Super.
day, man.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, Diddy, Mariah Carey,
Come on.
Nori Capone,
Come
Nas,
on.
man,
Come
Mace,
on.
man.
Hey,
Come
Z.
on,
Come
man.
on.
Let's go. Scarface.
Come
Who
on.
Come on,
Who
man.
else?
Get this dude his flowers. What y'all talking about?
Yeah. Who else though, Nashiem?
Come
Who else?
on, man.
Who do we leave out if any?
I'm sure we left some out.
I don't even know, man.
So many,
Come
huh?
on, man.
It's been many. It's been many.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the thing, man. Like, cats have
Yeesh.
heard the music, man. Let's be clear. You don't do a lot of press.
Nah,
Right.
nah. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not. It's not a passion of mine to brag about myself.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
man.
I'd rather let people hear the music. I like the appreciation. I love the appreciation, but I mean, this is not a passion of mine.
Oh,
Well,
that's
this is the
totally
thing, man.
understandable.
Like, we all met 22 years ago. Like, our origin story, we met 22 years ago in college. So 97, I'm coming out of high school. Like, we wanted to be hitmen. Let's be clear. Like, everything that you was producing, man, we grew up on, man. Like,
Yo.
this is a soundtrack of our lives.
That's how we connected. We connected
That's
through
how we
your
connected.
sound.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
And
saying?
most of those, and we all like did music. We rap X, Y, and Z, produced beats. Your soundtracks, man, the beats you crafted was the soundtrack of our lives. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
yeah.
to me, like when we started doing our podcast, we said, man, we got to get my man on here to talk about
Got
these
to.
hits, talk about just the music, man. How did you even get into music, man, growing up in Queens and started producing or even just loving music?
Well, my father my not my biological, but this cat from Brooklyn got with my mom's, and we was in the I was born into the 5% nation,
Okay.
Okay.
and
Salute.
he was a DJ, and he played a lot of instruments, but he was a DJ back in the
Okay.
70s.
Okay.
Nice.
So he
nice.
introduced me to the DJ set. He introduced me to music. He introduced me to records back in the 70s. This is like the mid 70s, I remember.
Okay.
And that's how my love for music started. He brought me a drum set for my 6th or 7th birthday.
Okay.
And I was just all into music from then. 6, 7 years old, I was into it. Like around 10, 11, I got into DJing, and it went on from there.
Yeah. Speaking of going on from there, but there was a moment right after what you had just talked about at some point, in between that backdrop that you just gave and the moments that we all know you as one of the legendary hitmen and the catalog, the legendary catalog that you produced. Reportedly, you were in a group called Sticks and Stones as an MC spitting bars. Is that correct?
No, I
No?
wasn't spitting.
Oh, you
I was
wasn't spitting?
DJ.
Yo, you was the DJing. Okay. So
Okay.
you was the DJ of the group then. Is that right?
Right. Let's
Okay,
be
okay.
clear.
Okay.
I never spit a lick.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Okay.
can you
All
share
right.
that experience prior to, who we know you to be today?
Right. So, boom. Good friends of mine, David Abrahams and Harv Pierre
Salute.
of Bad
Salute.
Boy,
Uh-huh.
from around the way, from Queens. They was from Norton. I was from over here in Cambridge Heights.
Mm-hmm.
And Harv's cousins lived on my block. So he would come through, boom, boom, boom. So he started a rap group with Dave. I was in another rap group called the Last Prophets.
Okay.
And that fell apart. So I joined. Harv asked me to join his crew.
Okay.
And I started, and we came up with the name Sticks and Stones Will Break Your Bones, but the name, you know what I'm saying? But we cut it down to Sticks and Stones.
Okay.
And from there, I mean, it took us no time. Harv went to Howard. Harv went to Howard. And his roommate was Puff Daddy, Sean Combs. You know what I'm saying? So going down to Howard to meet Harv, I met Puff.
Okay.
Puff gets the deal, gets a job up at MCA Uptown, and we stay in touch.
Okay.
Me, Harv, and Dave get our own contract with Payday Records.
Okay. Yeah, I remember
And
Payday.
Empire Management. If people don't know them, that's Gangstar, that's Group Home, that's J. Willie Damager.
That's right.
That's that set.
Salute.
So
Salute to J.
like
Rule.
with them over there. I never really got close to Primo and nothing because we got dropped from that label like a year after.
Okay.
And on my birthday, in fact. That was crazy.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
So, yeah. But Puff had his situation over there. So we dismantled Sticks and Stones. Harv gets a job with Puff and brings me along. And I mean, up to there, that's how that went.
Okay. That's dope. And to follow along with that, if I may, what was the moment that you would say that you knew that you had it, like in terms of that skill that everybody knows you to have as a producer? And along with that, when did you also know that you were at the beginning stages of this is the moment, this is that gravy train that's of making it?
Yeah.
Well, I knew I had something because my ear.
Okay.
My father had gave me his record collection,
Mm.
and so I had fucking records from the 60s even, and man, I just remember going through them records and picking out loops, and I used to do what I used to do. Me and my man Lee Stone, we used to do pause tapes where you would take a tape deck and record what you want, a little segment, pause it, run it back, do it again, till you had a composition,
Yeah.
a loop.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
you had a composition of this one loop.
Oh yeah.
So I used to do that, and I used to let people hear it, and people would think I was working with professional equipment.
Okay.
And the samples that I was picking, I used to hear other people using, and that came out with records, other artists, other groups. So I was like, oh, I got this. You know what I'm saying? I just need to learn how to use the equipment and produce and learn how to actually produce music.
Okay. Gotcha. And how about that moment where you realized that you were on the verge of making it? Like, was it the moment when you signed that dotted line, or was it another experience or something?
It was the moment Puff asked me to do a beat for him, for Keith Murray, for the Mary J. Blige album.
Okay. Okay. All right.
It was an interlude. And that became Who Shot Ya. But that beat, I did. Before y'all even heard it, before the world heard it, that shit was already crazy within our circle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's when I knew I better get to what I always wanted to do.
Wow. I mean, so you said it was
when Big heard it, and he was like, "Yo, you did this?" And he stayed all night just to fucking perform on that track.
Really? Okay. Wow.
I knew I had to pursue that in my career, producing.
Wow. And
Man, just to kind of piggyback off of that, like when Big heard that, what was it like being in the studio at that moment with him when he heard it? Did he just go in and just drop bars directly on it, or did he he just vibe to it real quick?
No, he vibed, of course. He sat there. He got his blood. C's was with him. I know Dalvec was with him, I think.
Yeah.
He got right, and he just sat there and just vibed on it. And I had other sessions to take care of because I was actually working for Bad Boy at the time. I was engineer, studio guy. And I came back I left Big in the studio. I came back around 5 o'clock in the morning. He was still there.
Wow.
So when I left him, it was 11, 12.
Okay.
Come back 5 o'clock in the morning. He's still there.
Wow.
Jeez.
And
he's like, yo, listen. You say, yo, Nas, come in the studio. Listen to this. And that shit blew me away.
Okay.
Man.
So Nas was there too, huh?
Nah, he's talking about himself.
Talking about you as Nas. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
No doubt, man. Sheesh. That was man, that's a speechless situation.
Well,
man. I mean,
and this is the thing to always clarify that song was made way before people thought it was made. Correct?
Yes, that song was made. When you talk about Pac,
before people thought it was about Pac, it was made way before that incident. Correct?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. It was As he opens the verse, he says, "Who shot ya? Separate the weak from the obsolete." Now, that was done way before Pac got shot. That was done October 1st. So y'all do the Google search on when Pac actually got searched. But that was done October 1st of 1994.
Okay.
Right? So yeah, it had nothing to do with Pac.
Mhm.
That song had nothing at all to do with Pac ever.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Even after
Right.
Pac made it about him, it didn't have nothing to do with it. And then that's not the energy it came from.
Facts. Facts.
Mhm.
And let's be clear, like that, when that song comes on to this day, I get chills in my arm. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
man.
That piano, the
To this
drums,
day.
that's one of the beats, man, that just solidifies hip hop, in my opinion. That's one of the top 5 Mount Rushmore beats for hip hop. Let's be clear. But going back to your catalog, when you got with Puff and they started the Bad Boy situation with Craig Mack, the Big Mac, promos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Where did the Hitman arrive? And tell us, man, how you guys just work together and also separately to make craft pretty much that era's sound, because you guys made a sound. Right now, in my opinion, you don't see anybody innovating sound. At that
Nah.
time, you guys
Right.
changed everything
That
Right.
was
with the
unique.
drums. Nobody touched the MP, nobody touched the
Mm-mm.
SP like y'all did. Let's be clear.
Mm-mm. That was unique. All
Yeah.
unique
Yeah.
flavor.
So you have, first of all, you have Puff. He has his own style, right?
Mm.
He has his own production style. He lends to us, right? Because we actually producing with him. Then you have Stevie J and Chucky Thompson
Shout out
coming.
Chucky.
They
Yeah.
own style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Stevie's coming from Jodeci, and Chucky's coming from the go-go era
Yep.
out in
Yeah.
DC.
Yeah.
So that's
Mhm.
2 different flavors.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? Then you have cats like me who grew up on Primo, Large Professor, Prince
Mm.
Paul.
Shout out to
Boom bap.
You know what I'm
Primo.
saying?
Yeah.
Straight boom bap.
That Primo.
Yeah.
So, and I'm trying to figure out my own style at the time. So I'm taking from all these people I'm working with.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how the sound formulated. And then as we kept working with each other, it became evident of our sound to us. You know, with the shakers, of course, with the movement in the groove. You always have, because Puff was a dancer. So he was
Right.
always like, yo, you gotta make him dance. So even if it's a hardcore track, I'm putting grooves in the groove. I'm making it swing. You understand?
Right.
I'm making it bounce, swing. So even if it's a hardcore shit where you just not nodding your head,
Mm-hmm.
you're actually getting a little rhythm
Right.
on it. You know?
Yeah.
And and then went from there. And you can see then Puff brings us all together by putting together an actual sound disc. We used to use discs back then with the MP and the SP. So we put together actual Hitman sound disc where we had the sounds of the Hitman on this, and everybody shared it.
Man.
So now,
So it was just like gold on there.
Yeah.
you have an actual place where you could go to get the actual sound that we have.
Man.
Well, and listen, before you go in, Bebo, do you guys think you guys would have made those hits if it wasn't that collective and you guys were competitive about, hey man, I'm gonna make some? I saw D-Dot say something about when he made the All About the Benjamins, he was upstairs and Puff said, man, what you doing up here? And he came down and played, bam, and he played, and everybody went crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
do you think y'all would have been so? Do you think the
was
competition made the music even go crazier?
Nah, because I was with D-Dot when he made the Benjamin.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I was in there coaching him along and and rah when he was making it. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
I'm also curious too what that post-production like life was like, because I know just from like seeing mad interviews, from hearing Puff talk, you'll hear a track like an artist will go in there and rhyme. I want to say Ella Wexner was talking about this, like they'll rhyme on the track, and they'll come back 3 hours later and it sound completely different. And Puff in the studio doing his jig. What was that post production life like? Like once the artist like bounced from the studio session and y'all went there just really throwing that gold crack on there, right? Where it's just you adding that funk, you adding that swing, all that.
So with me, I never finished the track before the artist got on it. So my tracks was always raw as raw could be.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like with most of Big's tracks, most of them was just chopped up samples. They had no drums. Most of them had no drums.
Interesting.
Very
so you were giving folks a raw vibe in its purest form.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Big will be so in tune with the shit that he'll go in and he'll put on that whole, like Somebody Gotta Die. He had no drums, no. It was just a chopped up sample. And he went in and did that whole song in there. He never heard the original, the finished copy.
Okay.
So,
interesting.
So that's how that went. We would put the foundation down. Artists will come in, and the foundation would be so special that the artists would feel it, come in and perform on it, and then we'll come and produce the record because we knew we couldn't leave it raw like that for the for the masters. You know, we was making music for everyone, not just for us.
Right.
Correct.
And I say that because, man, I swear y'all shine at that. I mean, because you would see some producers where the whole beat is done, like before they even get there, and the artist is rhyming. But y'all like actually crafted that from A to Z. Like you gave them a little something to get the bars off, but then once they was done, that's when you put that seasoning on there, the extra ingredients. You know what I'm saying? The lettuce, the pickles, the cheese, all that went on there after they got out the studio, man. That's what made y'all special, man. I swear.
To this day.
To this day, man. I mean, that's why the record sounds so good and so clean and so crisp.
Yeah, well, you got Puff. Puff was a producer, a major producer. I mean, Puff is a great producer, right? And when I say that, he's not just a hip hop producer; he's a producer. Period. He takes his lessons from Quincy Jones and cats like that who never even had no true involvement in hip hop. So that's who we're getting our guidance from.
Do people give Puff enough credit, in your opinion, as far as him going in and staying those nights in the studio and also having the vision as far as some of the tracks and, okay, do this, do that? Because some people just like, oh, he just puts his name on it and that's it. He didn't do nothing.
Nah, they don't give him enough credit at all because they don't know.
Facts.
You know? So it is what it is. I mean, none of us get the true credit we deserve, you know?
Oh, I understand. You know, and speaking of credit or lack thereof, you just got done some minutes back sharing what I'm sure you might have heard before in relation to the Who Shot Ya, and having to clarify that it had nothing to do with, you know, any beef that was actually happening at that time. So I use that as an example in addition to credit or lack thereof, because we're wondering whether or not you could share some moments that people don't know about that you feel like they do need to understand, or at least have some kind of knowledge of, that's never been spoken of before, but yet maybe you and or, you know, somebody, you know, the collective in your fold has.
Like, wait, say that again.
So long story short, are there any moments that you can share with everybody that maybe that they need to know, but they just don't, that you've experienced within, you know, maybe it was an experience with Biggie, maybe it was an experience with Mace, the Locks, or is there any instance, moment in history that folks might need to know, or would just, you know, anything of the like?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I got to bring them to mind. I'm sure there's a million of them. But
Anything that stand out?
I would say the record Big did to the tribute to Big with 112 and Faith.
Uh-huh.
That was like our first day back in the studio after Big. That was our first day back in the studio after Big got shot, killed, murdered. And me, D-Dot, the Locks was in one room doing their tribute. Stevie was there with us.
Okay.
Lil C's came through.
Okay.
And that was a moment that was I can't think of a word to describe it, but that was a coming together moment also for us, because Puff comes in. He lost like 20 pounds during that little time. And he doesn't even look like himself. Okay. He's claiming he's done. He's telling me and D-Dot, I'm gonna get you all your labels, and then I'm gonna just hang it up. And hold on. And damn.
It's all good. Take your time, man.
Yeah, take your time, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, man, it's gone. I mean, to this day, it hurts.
Facts. Yeah.
And I'll never forget that day. Because from there we came together and we made things happen.
Yeah, I mean, that was such just a moment in hip hop too. I mean, it's like the world stopped almost. I mean,
absolutely.
Just for us fans who was on the outside of that, just how hard it hit just the rest of us too. I mean, I just remember being in school and hearing it. I mean, that's the first time we ever had like the principal announce something over like the speaker at school. I mean, I'm in the Midwest, and the principal announced that.
Yeah.
That's how much of an impact Big had on us outside of, I mean, just small town kids. You know what I'm saying? Big had that type of impact because.
And when you also understand how Big was just a gentle giant, man. He was a good dude, man. He was so talented, man.
Yeah.
To this day, man, I really, honestly, man, I'm a Big and Jay-Z dude. I don't play nothing else in the whip. I'm still playing I Love the Dough more than you know. I'm playing in the car right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And like the whole thing, man, is just the vision that Big had. Put that with Puff, and then like what you guys put together, and also the music that you crafted, handmade, and also you guys built together. To me, there's something that will never be touched. You know what I'm saying?
That won't be duplicated.
It'll never be touched, man. And this is why we wanted to talk to you and just give you your flowers, because again, this is not only music to us, and this is life.
It's
you know
life,
what I'm saying?
Man.
Right.
And it was so dope to see some black brothers coming together. Even hearing 112 and Mace saying Mace came through, put the verse on your track on that Only You remix. Next thing you know, Puff got him in the video.
Yeah,
crazy. You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
That's just
Big ass just doing his thing with the rollie on. You know what I'm saying? The video, man. Times Square. I mean, the stuff that y'all did was it real life when you were doing it and you knew how big it was back then, or it was just another day for you?
Well, we caught on to how big it was once we started doing it big, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, that was early. That Only You remix. That was early. I think that was Base's first, you know, that's Base's first joint.
Yeah.
And wow.
Now that was your record too. Like, let's be clear, that was your record, right?
That was being low.
Yeah.
Carlos.
So I remember May saying that when he was, I'm a hum when you want to come, and then Pelf was like, nah, don't do that. Like, what was it? What did you have some direction on how that song was crafted?
Well, yeah, I did the beat, but Puff, I heard that wasn't the first version. The version you hear wasn't the first version of What Makes Spit.
Okay.
You know, we was in the studio. Puff kicked me out the studio and said, I got to talk to this dude. I'm like, nah, I'm not going nowhere. He was like, you want to sit here and tell him what to do? I'm like, I didn't even know what the hell he was talking about. But he was like, all right. So I left the studio. He got in his ear. And then Mace came out with that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what Puff told him, but it's evident he coached him. Mm-hmm. He coached that out of him.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. From, you know, fast forwarding to today, what would you personally like to see producers of today's age, if you will, what would you like to see more or less of in producers, you know, crafting beats, programming them, you know, in that studio, what have you?
I would like to see them be more diverse.
Okay.
I hear a lot of the same formats.
Mm-hmm.
With the newer producers.
Mm-hmm.
But they still got that edge to them. Like I'm not mad at them. But I just like it to go somewhere totally beyond. Go dig in the crates. Use a lot of these jazz records, which they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I mean, there's so much old rhythms that we haven't really got into, you know, really went in and developed them as far as hip hop. There's a lot of rhythms out there in jazz, in soul music also. And I just say that to be broad is, you know, it's a whole genres of music get intertwined all the time. But the greatest quality of that is explained in hip hop, because we can take any genre of music and turn it into ours.
Yeah.
And I would just like to see more explore that.
Right.
Is there anybody that you do see exercising that type of art, you know, when in the world of producing, even though it's not vast in today's age? Is there any producer that you see doing
I see
exactly
Timbaland do it?
Okay. Yep.
And Timbaland would take samples like from wherever and turn it
baby
into
crying.
his own thing.
Yeah.
Like a bird and flip it.
You know,
Right.
Tim was a master. Tim is a master at that.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Right.
You know,
I mean, I feel like just when you was talking about like that swing, like that funk, I feel like that's really missing. I mean,
It is.
it was so heavy in the 90s, whether it was y'all, Dre, Yella, or DJ Quick. Like, it's just that swing to be able to, like you said, you can dance to it, you can gangster rap, you know, anything you want to that type of production. And I feel like now all the beats are so boom, 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 boom. It's like it's too much. Right, it's right on the beat. I like it. It's a little bit unquantized.
Well, this thing one of the craziest ones that you've done.
It's a little too computerized for
It is.
for me.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
too digital.
Well, and this is the thing. You
know?
did that life for
Program.
for Shine, correct?
What's that?
You did that life for Shine,
Oh,
correct?
Oh yeah.
That's the craziest beat
the
I've ever
condition.
heard. Like the way you flipped that was crazy.
Yeah, that's me and Lee Stone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like because
Yeah.
I tried to remake the beat, right? I thought that was cool. Man,
And
like the
fumbled the
way
bag.
you
Nah,
did it was like, I don't know how you
do that.
sequence. I don't know how you sequence that, man.
Dun, dun, dun,
I ain't
dun,
gonna tell you.
dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun, dun.
you see how Paul I was seeing you gonna say it, but the way you killed it, I said, how did he make that beat?
Crazy. Oh,
That beat,
Yeah,
hey, man, I'm
it's
trying to
off.
tell you.
It's off.
It's off,
if
but
you
it's
don't
off the
understand
song
it.
though. It's off, but the song that's crazy, Nas.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. That's what we
Dang.
missing. That's what we don't
That's what we're
get
missing,
though.
bro.
Exactly.
Real talk.
You know you a dope producer if you can't mimic that. Like if no one else, like if you
Exactly.
can't recreate that,
Hey, I
only
thought
you
it was
can do
nice until I tried to remake that,
Bruh,
Nas,
I'm
and I
telling
was like,
you.
I'm done.
And
You know what I'm
Nas somewhere in
saying?
the background,
good.
like,
Yeah, I'm
no,
done.
nope.
Right. He's over like you
I'm
need
done.
that seasoning.
Yeah.
There's some
Right,
little
right.
seasoning that you missing that you need on it. You know?
Well, this is the thing too, man. As you kind of go forward, man, are you still crafting? Are you still working? Are you still what's the vision for you for next year and maybe 5 years from now?
So I got a new team. We call the
Let's go.
Kings from Queens.
Oh, I
Ooh.
like
And
that name.
Okay.
Man,
Yeah, that's my name.
Ooh.
That's
that.
our
I like
name.
that.
I like that.
Queens. And it's me, Lee Stone, my man Don P,
Shout out Don.
and Brandon Adams. And we so far, and Carlos Brody. And we've been working for like a year and a half, 2 years now
Okay.
on just that. We've been working together forever, but on just that. So you're gonna hear a lot from us, from the Kings from Queens.
Ooh,
Well,
nice.
this thing too. I saw an article. It was 2014 where you were supposed to get with Kanye.
Yeah, right. But we did get together. We did the all your fault for Big Sean.
Okay.
I didn't know y'all did that.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw that. You know what I'm saying?
Is there any body of work, and maybe the answer is no, but is there any body of work that you've been a part of on the production side that you weren't rightfully credited for? And again, if the answer is no, you know, it's all good. But if the
I
answer is
usually
yes,
stay on people for my credits.
Okay.
I know there's a couple songs out there that I didn't get my credit for, but I can't complain. You know, I basically stay on getting my credits right. Plus, I got to a point where people want me to be on the credits. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Yeah. We need that love.
Well,
Because
and that's important because they're not just looking. What I hear is they're not just looking for the beats from you. They're looking for the man behind the beats, the name, the credibility. That's what I at least get from
that gold that Jay Kemp was saying.
Right.
That gold.
Exactly.
Man,
Exactly.
that gold. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's key. Go ahead, Jay Kemp.
No, I was just gonna say, just kind of going from that, just like talking about like just the studio, because I've always been curious because you work with so many great artists. Like, who was that one dude who was just like an animal in the booth?
You took the words out. You took my question, bro. You took my question.
You couldn't pull them out the booth. Like they lived in it and they just worked so hard. Because we hear about like the Lil Waynes, the Currencies, even Pop. Dudes who just they live and like they can have 4 albums done in 3 days.
songs a day in the booth.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like who was like that guy that you work with who was like that, where they was strictly business. They didn't want no conversation. Like I'm here to pump these tracks out. My heart is pumping.
Jay was like that. Jay, that joint I did for Jay, he told me he already had it written. And he told me what
the Jay-Z Blue joint.
He needed. Huh?
Jay-Z Blue joint.
The You Must Love Me.
Oh yeah, okay. Are you talking about volume 1.
So he tells me what kind of beat he needs, what BPM.
He got down to the science.
I need 85.
Yo, he told me he needs 78. And I'm like, all right.
Hey, that's boom.
And one
bap
day I'm
classic.
working on this joint, and I'm like, who can I get this to? But I'm walking around the house listening to it, and I'm like, wait a minute. Whoa. I go look at the BPMs. It's 78. No lie. No lie. I take it back to Daddy's house. So that day, Puff walks in and say, who's that for? I'm like, that's for Jay. Because, you know, Jay, the meeting, Puff was there also. Yeah. So Jay comes by later on that day, and Puff wants to play him a lot of my joints. Just so, you know, it's more, it's better to have a abundance than just put all your eggs in one basket, right?
He got
But I already knew what he wanted. I didn't need to play nothing else. So we're playing joints, and I'm looking at Jay. He's looking at me. He's like, nah. I was like, I know. So I was like, all right, let me play you what I got. I played him the joint. He starts bobbing. He starts with, I see him mumbling. He's like, yeah. He goes in the booth, right then and there.
Ooh.
Does the whole fucking song.
No pen, no pad.
No pen, no nothing. He just says,
wow.
He goes in the booth, spits the whole song.
Amazing. So let me ask you this then, because you've worked with pretty much
everybody.
I mean, you work with Jay, as you just stated. You work with Nas on that Small World, right? The Small World joint
and
on
Project
the I Am
Window.
Album. And Project Window. You work obviously, as you said, also with Big. I mean,
those are the three right there.
Those are the three, right?
That's
so
it.
So with that said, you know, and you couple that with the fact that you just stated that you've been working a year on, you know, the group situation, the Kings from Queens. Who are you looking forward to working with, if anybody, moving forward? Because you work with the who's who. Is there anybody that you're itching to say, you know what, I gotta get in the studio with X, or I gotta get in the studio with Y, or I gotta get in the studio with Z, or who is that, if anybody?
Well, you know whose people's reached out to me, but just to say, we're going to create our own artists.
Okay, nice.
Okay. Yeah,
I like that. I like that too.
I like that too.
Right. That's our whole objective.
Okay.
But what got me really excited is Travis Scott people reached out to me.
Okay. Wow.
They want them drums. They want their joint.
So I'm waiting for that to happen, if it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Ooh wee.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
I got a double question. Right. I got a double question, man. I got to put you on the hot seat.
They said he requested you.
Of course.
And real quick, but before you go in, Iceberg, folks, that's the best of both worlds. The man just said, hey, we're trying to cultivate our own artists on one end. And then on the other end, one of the hottest artists in today's generation is seeking me out. So that's the caliber of musicianship that we're seeing in a Nashiem Myrick. Yeah. So I just wanted the people to understand. Game recognized game. Yeah, bro. My bad, Iceberg, though. Go ahead with the two-part question.
I gotta put you on the hot seat.
Uh-oh.
Who's the best? Who's the best, man? Bar for bar, who's the best? Because only you, in my opinion, can say that. Who's the best? Because you've been in the booth with him.
Come on, man.
I just want you to say it. You know what I'm saying? I know the answer.
B.I., man.
Man, come on.
Ain't mad at that.
Well, this thing. What did you when you was in there with him? What did he do different than everybody else?
He'll surprise you every time, every line. He'll surprise you. And then, if you really, really are a student of this, listen to his craft. Listen to each song. He comes different on most songs.
He does.
You can't take one. It's hard for you to take one vocal from him and put it to another track.
And we've heard that as proof.
Yeah.
Yes, because he writes to the rhythm and comes up with a rhythm that matches that rhythm.
Yes.
And Big's voice like punches through the track.
It just came through the mix.
Yeah,
It
like
just cut through the mix.
Every punchline like it's crisp. They're memorable.
Listen to the original, the original version that the original version of Queen Bitch.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Yeah.
The one, because his reference.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
He never spits like that again in his life.
I mean, I think Kool Moe Dee labeled him as the power. And with that said, everything that was just spoken between you, Nashiem, and J Camp summarizes just that. The cutting through, the marriage to one particular beat solely. I mean, factors of that nature.
You
and
don't even really have to mix Biggie's voice down. Like that's how solid like he was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And this thing, we talking about Big 20 he passed
25,
away 25. And we still talking about him like he's still here. Like it's like yesterday.
25.
Yeah. So the other thing I had a question on, this is my last one for you, was you produce at such a high level MJ numbers when it comes to hits. Did you ever lose the passion? And if so, how'd you get it back?
Never lost the passion to make music. No, I lost the passion for the industry. The industry is that shit'll just create emotional things in you that you just don't want to be involved with. But you know, as far as the finance and just how people treat you, because corporate world is different from the world I come from. You know, corporate world, a lot of people calling the shots have no talent. And,
say that.
Speak it.
Say that.
Right.
And they're in charge of whether you're worthy enough to be on a project. You know?
So with that said, what is your advice for up and coming artists, producers, just overall musicians that's looking to enter into the space of urban contemporary music, hip hop, R&B? What's your advice for up and coming artists of that nature?
Well, it's different from when I come up. You could create your own lane and you can own your own lane and you can basically control your fate. You don't need them.
Facts.
They're not needed.
Right.
You could create your own public. You could create all that on your own. They're not needed. In fact, they want you to do that before they even get at you.
So you do all the hard work and then they come in and
they come in and say, "Oh, you got these numbers, you got these amount of followers. Oh, oh yeah, I could work with you." Nah.
Sounds like the death of what used to be the A&R.
Yeah.
Or at least the role of the A&R.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I just tell them, control your destiny. That's all. It's not hard.
There you go. And man, there's so much wisdom in that right there, because even with what you said earlier, coupled with that with you saying that, hey, we're putting this thing together and it's been a year and counting, that tells me, hey, look, you can't just fast rush this thing. If it's something special to you, it takes time. So at least that's what I got from, what you just said now and what you said earlier. And, salute to you, brother, for, keeping the needle pushing, not losing that fire.
I'm excited to hear what you got, man. Real talk. You got my palm itching.
The whole squad.
You know what I'm saying?
The whole squad.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be a problem.
Yeah,
you know it's gonna be a problem.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah,
said,
it's
'cause
gonna be a
we
problem.
we,
It's
we
gonna
need
be a
that
problem.
swing back. We need that
Yeah.
swing
We do.
back.
Honestly,
in
what's
hip-hop.
crazy, the lane is wide open because y'all
Yeah.
nobody ever touched y'all. Real
Mm-mm.
talk.
No,
Mm-mm.
Nobody
They
ever
didn't.
touched y'all, man, on the production, on the quality, on the
Right.
mixes. I mean, the
And
vision, the samples, the way y'all did
You
it.
said
Nobody's done it.
you said a very key thing right there, Iceberg. The quality.
Quality.
What y'all
Yes.
did was quality. It sounds so great in the whip. You know what I'm saying? Like when you ride in the
Now,
whip
now
and it just
listen,
sounds good.
we had the greatest mixologists out there. We had people like Bob Brockman, Tony Maseratis. We had people that Prince Charles. These people worked on legendary rock records. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, obviously,
legendary pop records.
Yeah.
You know what
obviously,
I'm saying?
you
Then
can
they
tell that
came in
was
the fold
EQ.
with us and helped us take this dirty sound and just make it
Make
spectacular.
it beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that was just EQ to the point. I mean, it was like a movie almost. And when you listening to it, it sounds so good. You know what I'm saying? So shout out, man, to that mixologist who just added that extra season on to it.
Yeah.
But, hey, but before we close it up, though, how does it feel to know that nobody will ever match what y'all did? Nobody's matched what y'all done.
Nobody.
Nobody.
I'm not gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Nah, I'm not gonna
But it's
say
been
that.
25. Ain't nobody touched it.
Listen, LeBron is about to break Kareem's all-time scoring record this year. That is tremendous. That tells you
Facts. Shout out, Bron.
people are going to go a step beyond whatever there was in the past.
Okay.
And that's the greatness about it. That's what we got to look forward to. That anticipation right there makes me want to be involved with hip hop forever.
There you go.
Yeah.
We definitely appreciate you,
Yeah.
brother. Man, the fact that you shared your experiences, your journey, and the legends that you interacted with and worked with just lets us know that we're not just hearing about Biggie the individual. We're hearing about Biggie, Nashiem, Diddy, everybody else that was behind or along with the Biggies, along with fill in the blank of whoever all you've worked with. And it just lets us know that the individuals that we see is really a team effort and more so a family situation based off of what we're gathering. So we just want to salute you, brother, for your contributions, man. And keep everything pushing, keep it going, man. We definitely salute you.
Yeah.
Thank
I mean,
you. And y'all
and
too.
again,
Y'all keep doing your thing, man. I feel comfortable with this.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
Love.
I mean,
we got to have you back whenever the music drop. We need you back.
We got to.
Man, we want to hear it.
Oh
we
yeah.
got to.
Oh yeah.
You got us excited now. You know
oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and again, the three of us, man, that's how we connected through y'all sound.
We did.
I love it, hip hop.
Grew up on it.
I mean, when we met, Biggie versus Jay, or you know what I'm saying? Like, what about the joint on Ready to Die? We connected through y'all sound.
We really
did.
What I'm
saying? So, and it's a bunch of kids like us from the Midwest, from the West Coast, down south, everywhere that connected through y'all sound, man. That's why we had to make sure we hand y'all's flowers, because for real,
facts.
You had such a huge impact on so many of us, man, and we just had to let you know that.
And I don't think you really understand, like, real talk. Like, we used to mimic your production. We used to listen to the drum.
Oh yeah,
we studied the ASR. We tried.
Study. We would be in the
we
dorm
studied.
room studying it. Real talk. And to this day, we still have conversations, man, where we're talking about niggas bleed. We talking about these records, man, that will, in my opinion, because Big is gone, no flavor will, in my opinion, touch it. To me, that diss you guys made that had the Hitman sound on it, that can't be reproduced. So yeah, somebody like LeBron will come in, but it'll never be MJ. You know what I'm saying? It'll never be, the way it was. You know what I'm saying? The game is just different. And so we're kind of like the middle child, where we got the tail end of the 90s. We went through the 90s, but we got the tail end where we were adults and kid understanding.
Right.
And we also hearing the new stuff. And it's just like, man, come on, man.
It ain't got
it
the
ain't what it
same.
is. You know what I'm
And
saying?
it's no
So,
diss. It's no
no
diss at
diss
all
to the new cats
Right,
at all.
to the
right.
new cats.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Nas and Hit Boy doing their thing and bringing that vintage sound back. But again, I think what you're doing is so inspiring to others, because we need to hear that sound on the radio. It needs to be mainstream again.
Oh, yeah.
It shouldn't just be, we put it out digitally and that's it. Nah, it needs to be for real. We need to hear it, man. Again,
Yes.
my nephew was 13, 14 years old, and he's just hearing all the records that you've done.
Yep.
So now
That's what
it's
this
sparking
platform is
another
for.
generation, bro. It's
That's
crazy.
what we do. We make sure that legacy, that type of music lives on, so these young kids understand the reason why you can do what you do today is because of these guys laid that foundation, but they
Yes.
also
Right.
try to show you free game how to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Nashiem, a lot of notable producers in the game are more than deserving of the contributions that's everlasting. At the same time, we're just glad to be able to uncover that thin veil and proudly state the work that you produced before, during, and after the Hitman Red. It just really contains a wealth of masterpieces that none of us would have experienced it had it not been for legends like yourself. You have to include yourself in that legendary category as well, because like my brothers indicated just a second ago, we grew up, in our good and bad times based on your sound, and you work with the best of the best in hip hop, and your production just still goes heavy to this day. Iceberg,
Timeless. It's timeless production.
timeless. Absolutely. So, long story short, we here at Fresh Out again. We just salute you for phenomenal and classic moments and sound that really us fans can never fully repay you for. And rest in peace to Chucky Thompson, by the way.
Absolutely.
My brother. My brother.
Appreciate you, man.
Like
Thank
I said, man, again, the last thing I'm gonna say, man, is just real talk. Like, when I was going, like, first of all, let's be clear, when the Biggie double album dropped, man, I stole it from my job. I used to work at Blockbuster Music, so you know how you can listen to an album, right? So I listened to the first one, and then put the other one in there. Then I took the second one, put it in there, and we rolled out, and we was banging the joint. So I would see your name all in there. I said, man, one day I'm gonna talk to him. One day I'm gonna bump into him, man. One day. Like I said, man, it's just like I said, the music, meeting the man behind the music, man. And like Bebo said, seeing that veil, man. Meeting Willy Wonka and getting to the chocolate factory a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Get the golden ticket.
Yeah, get the golden ticket. I get to get in there for a little bit. So again, man, just talking to you is just a blessing. Give you flowers, man, and then just man, we just are excited to hear the new music when it comes out.
Oh, definitely excited. Any final words for tonight before we end tonight's show? The floor is yours, brother.
I'm not going to get too deep because state of hip hop, hip hop is a culture. It's not just music. Music is just one of the arts, and we have to take more. We have to take more concern over our culture. So, when I was coming up, I had Public Enemy, I had KRS-One. These were people who teaching us lessons through music. Right. We don't have that today.
Right.
I don't see that at all today. And I see a lot of the youth are lost because of that. I mean, the amount of rappers that's being killed right now is ridiculous. It shouldn't happen because these people open the doors for us, and the trickle down effect, people don't understand that. You're killing off a part of you and a part of your culture, and it's ignorant. So on that note, I just want people to take more passion in our culture.
Absolutely. Wise words from a wise man and a
Mhm.
wise and dope producer, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
Jay,
Nashiem,
take us home, man.
indeed.
Myrick.
Yes, indeed.
Thank
Nah,
you
man,
so
I'm
much.
I'm glad
Thank
we
you.
we got that ending. I'm glad
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, you blessed us with that.
Absolutely.
Again.
I'm not
Fresh Out
gonna get too deep in it, but that's what needs to be said. I think.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you so much for joining
to be
all of us
said.
here at Fresh
Yeah.
Out. We definitely appreciate you,
Nashiem,
brother.
Myrick, man, y'all go stream all the music. Y'all check out for the new joints, man. King from Queens. Again, we just thank you so much, man, because we know you don't do no press. So we just blessed, man, and you just blessed everybody tonight, man.
You
Again,
absolutely did.
we're gonna get you back on when that music drop again. Nashiem, Myrick, man, Jay Camp, Bebo P, man, LB the Power Father, man. We out of here, man.
Absolutely.
Peace.
Peace.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize.
Good.
Hondo up in this piece.